The way DDG was shook when he saw that that restraining order was granted, he could not believe it. You won't be able to see Halo.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What is going on, you all? I know I hate to laugh, but to see DDG's response and reaction to that restraining order being granted, sister was shook. But we got to talk about that. I hope y'all week has been good. It is time for another King of Reads video. I haven't done one since probably like last week, but we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about DDG and Halle. Halle has been granted temporary custody of baby Halo. And girl, it's not looking good for DDG. For somebody who was so concerned and wanting to see their child, I just want my son, I want my son. You better go talk to another AI voice, maybe do that. But we got to talk about that. We also got to talk about the Diddy trial a little bit. We also got to get into the conversation about Snoop Dogg trying to repair his relationship with black folks. Also got to give a shout out to Tamar. Tamar, girl, I want you to shut up. I want you to shut up. The way I got a special word for you, child. You might as well call it the weekend update, because the way I'm about to eat into you, and it ain't even Tuesday. Also got to talk about the update about Megan Thee Stallion being banned from the Met Gala. But before we get into any of that, let's go ahead and get into this mental health check-in. What is going on? I am feeling good today. I'm feeling good. Today is Thursday. I am feeling amazing. I'm glad that the sun is shining outside. Normally I like the rain, but it rained all weekend in Atlanta. Happy belated Mother's Day. Can you even say that? If I didn't tell you, I think I told y'all that, but happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out here. I had a good weekend. My family came in town. My mother was here, my father was here, and my little brother was here. I just had a good time. Spent it with them. They worked me, child. They worked me to the bone. I was in here frying fish, catfish to be precise, and also making crab legs. Let me tell you something. The Cab Farmers Market, y'all got some good crabs. Baby, them crabs, when you cracked them things were thick and the meat just came out. I don't like to be, if I gotta do all that, it better be some thick meat and some juicy meat. And it was good. So I had a good time with them. We just chopped it up and we spent time in the house. I was given all of these old pictures. Oh my gosh, these pictures my mother brought me. I can't wait to show some of y'all. It's some old pictures, child. Back when I was a baby, back when I was in high school. I just had a good time with my parents and my family, and I just loved it, and I needed that. So I feel rejuvenated. So I'm just feeling good. I hope this continues on, and I hope to send some of this energy to you all. But let's go ahead and get into the tea for today. The tea for today, you won't see Halo, Halo. Baby, let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody say. Halo is one of my favorite songs by Beyonce. I don't care if it sounds like every other song, baby, the song is eating for me. So let's talk about it. DDG and Halle, baby, Halle has been granted temporary custody of baby Halo. And the way DDG was on their stream and he saw it, he was shook. And I told you all why, like DDG thought that Halle was never going to bring that to the public because she did not want her image to be tarnished. So when he saw that, he was shook, like, oh, she really did it. Yes, she did. And she deserves it. I told you all before, a judge is not granting restraining orders just willy-nilly like that. They're just not giving it out like that. It's for real. And she showed enough evidence that the judge believed her and said, okay. And now she's been given temporary custody, sole custody of Halo. And what he gonna do now? Because now he can't even talk about Halle on any more of his streams. And he's been using that to get at her. He's been using that time and time again. And the biggest thing that DDG has is streaming and being social media famous. And he's been able to use that power against Halle. But it's also given us a history of his behavior. There's been a couple of videos that have surfaced where people have found, and back where Halle said that she got into it with him and that she experienced DV from him, there is a video around that same time, allegedly, of him having some band-aids on his arm. Some of his fans, who are just not that bright, thought that they could use this to say that Halle was the one that was doing these things to him. But Halle already said in the documents that they both were going at it because she was more than likely defending herself. She was defending herself, period. Like, there has been known history of when folks are fighting folks off, even to the point that they're unalive, that a person will have scratch marks. That's why they make sure to scrub DNA off the victim's nails, because they be defending themselves. So yeah, that's going to happen. That doesn't mean that that person is not a victim. But again, these men, these folks will use any type of excuse to paint the woman as the attacker or the aggressor. I'm not understanding it, but I do understand it.
But you know what? We should have known both of them were cooked when they both dressed up as Bobby and Whitney for Halloween in 2023. Yeah, cooked.
And there was also a video of him and Jilly, another artist who was known on social media as well. I don't know if there was like some planned stuff, but she was somewhere out to eat, and he reportedly saw her location on Snapchat and met up with her. And she looked like she was confused. I don't know if it was a skit, but it looked like it was real. He just showed up. He said, I saw your Snapchat location. Now, considering how all these things work, it could have been a skit. It could have been some playful stuff, but that was something that was resurfacing. And it kind of just shows us how creepy he is and the history he has. And it's just like, I honestly don't even think at this point I want to call these men like kids and they act like kids, because they're not kids. They're full adults doing these type of things. And I feel like that kids deserve better, because I know kids who are not acting like this. These are grown men carrying on like that. Like, there are 30, 40-year-old men who do these same things. So I'm not even sure calling them kids like they're acting like children. No, these are grown adults moving like this. Like, kids do not need to be dragged in the mud because of that. Because I know plenty of them who do not do these type of things. These are grown adults moving like this, and it's disgusting. And what's messed up is there are a lot of kids right now consuming all of this. That's what makes me nervous, because I've seen young kids like 6 or 7 watching videos of streamers, like even 10, 12-year-old, like they're watching these things and they are living through them. Like, they are living through them. And I'm just not sure what that looks like 10, 15 years from now, because it's getting bad. Like, it's getting bad. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, child, we're going to have to do a little bit more parental stuff to make sure that our kids are not consuming content like this. We have to be engaged and having conversation with our children. But the way capitalism is and the way that our world is set up, a lot of us do not have the time to spend with our children and to give them that full nurturing that they deserve, because the world takes so much from us. It is tiring to get off from an 8-hour job and doing all this, getting back home and having to rest to go back to work. We spend so much of our time working. Like, so much of our life is working. And that's just to live. That's just to live. That's why I have been a little bit uneasy with the conversation about AI and how teenagers and students at universities are using AI, because for the most part, people are finding shortcuts because they're realizing that, hey, it's about making money at the end of the day. It's not about having the knowledge and all of these things. It's about survival. And yeah, it is disgusting, but we have to make sure that we're naming all of these things that are part of what is going on. We live in a world that is about numbers and making money. So yes, people are going to find ways to cut through it. Like, that's what's going to happen. The same way people find ways to not do work at their jobs, to slack off. We are tired. So yes, you're going to see students do the same thing, because it's not actually about having the knowledge. It's about getting by, filling this number, getting it done, and making money. So these companies have made money off of this now. Like, these companies have made a kind of solution for these things through capitalism. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm still doing research and trying to understand that. So yeah, but let's move on. Let's talk about Snoop Dogg. So Snoop Dogg basically addressed the call-ins about him being a sellout after performing at the crypto ball for Donald Trump. during his election, his whatever that was. And Snoop Dogg is basically saying, hey, I went DJ for about 30 minutes, made some money, rubbed elbows and shoulders with folks, did some work for the community, and something about financial literacy. Let me say, I'm so tired of y'all talking about financial literacy. The people who are selling you financial literacy can never tell you that's what got them out of poverty. You are a rapper. You are an artist. You being financially literate did not bring you out of poverty. Now you're trying to tie that back to the poor folks and I did something for the community. You did nothing but do something for yourself. You benefited off of a person who is taking advantage of poor black folks. That's what you did. You sold yourself. You are a sellout. And now you're trying to creep your way back because you did the same thing that Chris and Michelle did. And what's funny, you won't get the same pushback at Chris and Michelle. So when y'all be talking about black women versus black men and how this is and DEI, because a lot of us sound like DEI folks. A lot of us talk like those same people who are against DEI. The way we talk about these things, Snoop Dogg is still able to go and do an interview and talk amongst these folks while being friends with folks who have been accused of abuse. All these things, still being cool with Dr. Dre, all these folks. Chris and Michelle doesn't have that, and she was completely wiped off the face of this earth almost for doing what she did, and has since apologized for it in some capacity. But Snoop Dogg get up here and tell us, oh, I made some money off of it. He doesn't have to be apologetic and say, oh, even if I would have done it for him and hung out with him and took a picture with him, can't none of you MFs tell me what I can and cannot do. He does not have to sound apologetic at all. Peep the difference. Peep the difference. He doesn't have to sound apologetic. And the Breakfast Club is the best place to go. The Breakfast Club is the best place for him to go because look who they just had on the Breakfast Club not too long ago, DDG. They had DDG on there, and then a day or so later, he gets a restraining order put on him. And then we find out that he has had a history of abuse with Halle. That's why DJ Envious did not want to talk about it that much. Like, let's move on because y'all just had him. Y'all platform folks like that. You're that brother. You're that brother, Leonard. So yeah, Snoop Dogg is a sellout. I don't have anything for him. I'm not surprised he's Dr. Dre's friend. They will sell LA if they could. They will sell all the black folks in LA if they can sit next to some of these rich white men. And I need for folks to understand that. Moving on, let's talk about my hot girl. Megan Thee Stallion is having a hot summer so far. Megan Thee Stallion did an interview, a quick little 1-2, and said, girl, this rumor about me being banned from the Met Gala is not true, child. Anna Wintour loves me. We is cool. And I even took a picture with her, period. There was conversation about Megan. They were trying to say that Megan got banned because she had her phone out and she was doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing. Those folks ate it up. But remember how I told y'all last week that there's this fan base that is waiting for Megan Thee Stallion to flop. Like, they're waiting for Megan Thee Stallion to have any type of issue. And they ran with that. And now she has to respond to it. And I'm glad she did in a very cute way. I'll be back. She'll be back, hopefully in a better outfit to fit the theme. But we gonna see. Love you down, Megan, though. How I look. Moving on to last but not least, I want to give a special weekend update about Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton sat down with NeNe Leakes and she talked about Kandi. She talked about The Real, and NeNe Leakes revealed that she was asked to be on The Real. And Tamar Braxton could not wait to talk about Loni Love. She referred to Loni Love as a big black Cadillac, which was very much a colorist statement. It was a fat-phobic colorist statement. Tamar Braxton, let me tell you something, Miss Muppet, because I've been chewing you up for 10 plus years at this point now. And since then, your career has continuously went downhill. We were rooting for you when you were on that show and you won that money. But you have time and time again shown us that you are a selfish narcissist that has no social capital. Your only social capital is being in mess. You have some issue with Kandi. Kandi is doing what she's doing and making money off of it, while you are out here chasing that colonizer who embarrassed you and linked up with Tommy with his points from Hyatt. You are an embarrassment to the Braxton name. I don't ever want to see a show with you on there ever again. You are the most desperate of desperate. This tour that you're doing, trying to get back some money because you are seriously in debt, you need to be focused on your own financial issues instead of worried about what Loni Love got going on. That show has been off the air so many years and you're still pissed about it. They fired you, Tamar. Loni Love is not responsible for you being fired. You got yourself fired, girl. It's been 10 years now. They fired you, sister. They did not want you. They said you were difficult to work with. They did not like you. The advertiser did not like you. You have proven several times that you are a homophobe. You do not protect your friends. One of your friends got smacked around you. And did you even pay for their teeth to be fixed? Did you even help them out? Like Tamar Braxton, you are a laughing joke at this point. And I need you to get some dignity. I need you to grow up. You are a grown woman with a child still acting like a child. My God, can you just act like a grown adult for once? You talking about you don't have no issues with Kandi, girl. Every time we turn around, you're bringing up Kandi. Every time you're talking about Kandi. Kandi is on Broadway helping produce quality stuff for us to enjoy in New York. And you are sitting in a dusty interview room with NeNe Leakes, who is struggling to get attention back after being let go on Housewives so many years ago. Like, my God, y'all are pitiful. Like, my God, y'all are pitiful. And NeNe Leakes, why are you interviewing Tamar Braxton? We don't need to, like, it's getting weird. You keep interviewing folks who have some issue with Kandi, and it's becoming an obsession at this point. My God, I just can't understand it. Like, I just Tamar Braxton, you have been let go from the Real for what, almost 10 years now, and you're still upset about that. How are you calling Loni Love a big black Cadillac when you were married to a fat, dark-skinned man? And I could say some other stuff, but I'm gonna try to be respectful as I can. But you are a disgusting individual as well, and you need to leave Loni Love alone. That girl ain't said nothing to you, and you keep bringing that girl name up for no reason. You are a bully. That's all I got. Tell me what y'all think about all of my commentary in the video. Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.